Stop. Don't sit down yet. Whatever chair you're about to drop into right now, pause. Just for a second, because the next 10 minutes could change the way you live for the rest of your life. I know that sounds dramatic. I thought so too, until I saw the scans. I've spent over 20 years as a physician, sitting across from patients in my office. Healthy people, active people, people who felt totally fine. And one pattern kept showing up again and again on their charts, a silent kind of damage that none of them saw coming. Here's the part nobody wants to tell you. The thing slowly hurting your body isn't sugar. It isn't stress. It isn't even the food in your fridge. It's the chair. Yes, the simple, harmless chair you sit in every single day. The one at your desk, in your car, on your couch. The thing you're probably touching right now. Doctors have started calling it by a name that should scare you, the new smoking. And I'll be honest with you, when I first heard that comparison, I rolled my eyes. Smoking? Really? How could sitting be anything like that? Then I dug into the research, and I couldn't sleep that night. Because what I found is that the average adult now sits for 9 to 11 hours a day. Most of us don't even notice. We sit to work. We sit to eat. We sit to relax after a long day of sitting. And while we're sitting there, comfortable and calm, something is quietly going wrong inside the body. Something most people don't discover until it's far too late. Now stay with me, because here's where it gets serious. I'm going to share 5 ways that sitting is silently damaging your body. 5. And I've ranked them from bad to genuinely frightening. Numbers 5 and 4 will surprise you. Number 3 will make you uncomfortable. Number 2 affects almost everyone watching this. But number 1? Number 1 is the reason I changed my own daily routine completely. It's a discovery that links long hours of sitting to one of the deadliest conditions on the planet. And the way it does it is so sneaky, so invisible, that you could be feeling perfectly healthy while it's already happening inside you. I'm not telling you this to frighten you for no reason. I'm telling you because nobody warned me and I wish someone had. Think about your own day for a moment. How many hours have you been sitting today? 2? 5? 8? Be honest with yourself, because the answer matters more than you think. And here's the cruelest part of all of this. It doesn't feel like anything. There's no pain, no alarm, no warning light. You can run on a treadmill for 30 minutes in the morning and still be at serious risk, because as you're about to learn, even exercise might not fully undo the damage of a full day in that chair. That one fact alone shocked me more than anything in my entire career. So before you go anywhere, before you sit back down and forget all about this, let me walk you through exactly what's happening to your body, what the science actually says, and most importantly, what you can do about it starting today. Because the good news? Every single one of these is fixable. Let's start at number 5. Let's begin with number 5, and it's the one almost everyone ignores. Number 5, your spine is slowly being crushed. Here's the simple science. Your spine wasn't built to be folded into a chair for hours. When you sit, especially when you slouch, lean, or crane toward a screen, you put up to 40% more pressure on the discs in your lower back than when you're standing. 40%. Sitting feels like resting. To your spine, it's a workout it never agreed to. And it doesn't stop at the back. Your head drifts forward. Your shoulders roll in. The muscles in your neck start straining to hold up a head that weighs as much as a bowling ball. Day after day, your body quietly molds itself into the shape of your chair. Let me tell you about a patient of mine. We'll call him David, 41 years old, software developer. Came into my office with neck pain so bad he couldn't turn his head to check his blind spot while driving. He thought he'd slept wrong. He hadn't. He'd been sitting wrong for 15 years. The fix? Beautifully simple. David didn't need surgery. He needed movement. I told him, every 30 minutes stand up, roll your shoulders back, tuck your chin, reset. Set a timer if you have to. Within 3 weeks, his pain dropped by half. That's the power of breaking the pattern. So that's your first action step. And write this down. Stand and reset every 30 minutes. That alone puts you ahead of most people watching this. But posture is the small one. Let's move up. Number 4, your body literally switches off its fat-burning system. This is where it gets strange. Within about 90 minutes of sitting, an enzyme in your body called lipoprotein lipase, the enzyme responsible for breaking down fat in your bloodstream, can drop dramatically. We're talking a major shutdown of one of your body's natural fat-burning engines, just from sitting still. Think about what that means. You're not eating more. You're not doing anything wrong. You're simply sitting, and your metabolism quietly slides into idle. The fat you'd normally burn just stays, circulating, storing. This is why so many people tell me the same heartbreaking thing. Doctor, I eat well, I'm careful, but the weight won't move. And often the answer isn't the food. It's the 11 hours a day spent motionless. Here's the part that should make you sit up, or better yet, stand up. Researchers have found that long, unbroken sitting affects your metabolism independently of exercise, meaning you can hit the gym for an hour and still spend the rest of the day undoing the benefit. The gym is not a permission slip to sit for the other 23 hours. So what's the fix for number 4? Movement snacks. Tiny bursts of activity sprinkled through your day. 2 minutes of walking every half hour. Calf raises while the kettle boils. Pacing during phone calls. These micro movements keep that fat-burning enzyme awake and working for you. 2 simple changes. Reset your posture, snack on movement, and you've already shielded yourself from numbers 5 and 4. But now we climb into more dangerous territory, because numbers 3 and 2 aren't about comfort or weight anymore. They're about your blood, your organs, and a risk that builds silently for years before it ever shows itself. And one of them is happening to nearly everyone with a desk job, including, very possibly, you. Take a breath. Because this is where the story turns. Number 3, your blood sugar spirals out of control. Here's what's really happening inside you when you sit after a meal. Your muscles are the biggest sugar-burning machine you own. When you move, they pull glucose out of your blood and put it to work. When you sit, those muscles go quiet, and that sugar has nowhere to go. So it stays in your bloodstream, rising, lingering, doing damage. Now here's the statistic that stopped me cold. Studies have found that people who sit the longest each day have dramatically higher odds of developing type 2 diabetes. Some research points to risk increases of over 9% for the most sedentary among us. Let that sink in. Not because of what they ate, because of how long they sat. And it doesn't take years to start. The damage begins after a single meal. Researchers put people in chairs after eating and watched their blood sugar climb like a rocket. Then they took another group and had them simply walk for 2 minutes after eating. 2 minutes. The spike flattened. The danger dropped. Let me tell you about Maria. 53, a teacher, came to me terrified after a routine blood test put her on the doorstep of diabetes. She cried in my office. She thought she'd done everything right. And she nearly had, except she graded papers, sitting, for 5 straight hours every evening. We changed one thing. After every meal, she walked. Around the block. Around the house. It didn't matter where. Just 10 minutes of movement after eating. 6 months later, her blood sugar was back in the safe zone. Her doctor called it remarkable. I called it physiology. So your action step for number 3, walk for 10 minutes after you eat. It is one of the most powerful, underrated things you can do for your body. And it's free. But now we go deeper. Into your blood vessels themselves. Number 2, your blood begins to pool and clot. This one frightens me, because it's the most invisible of all. When you sit for hours, especially with your legs bent and still, blood flow in your legs slows down. It pools. It thickens. And in that stillness, a clot can quietly begin to form deep in the veins of your legs. Doctors call it deep vein thrombosis. Here's why it's so dangerous. That clot can break free. It can travel up through your body and lodge in your lungs, a pulmonary embolism, and it can kill within minutes. People have died from this after long flights, after long days at a desk, after binge-watching an entire season without standing up. And the people most at risk often have no idea. There may be no pain, no swelling, no warning at all, until the moment it becomes an emergency. Researchers studying prolonged sitting and circulation have shown that even short interruptions restore healthy blood flow. The blood wants to move. Your veins are begging you to move. All you have to do is listen. The fix? Never let your legs sit perfectly still for more than an hour. Stand. Stretch. Pump your calves. Take a lap. On a long flight, get up and walk the aisle. These tiny acts keep your blood flowing the way nature intended. So now you know numbers 5, 4, 3, and 2. Posture. Metabolism. Blood sugar. Blood clots. But none of them, none, compare to what's coming next. Because number 1 is the deadliest of all. And it's hiding in plain sight. Here it is. Number 1. The reason I changed my own life. Number 1, prolonged sitting is silently destroying your heart. Of everything I've told you, this is the one that keeps me up at night. Because heart disease is the number 1 killer of human beings on this planet, and long hours of sitting feed it directly. Let me walk you through what's actually happening, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. When you sit, your largest muscles fall asleep. Blood flow slows. Your blood vessels, which stay healthy by flexing and pumping as you move, begin to stiffen. The inner lining of your arteries, a delicate layer that should expand and relax with every heartbeat, starts to lose that ability. Over months and years of stillness, this is how the ground is laid for high blood pressure, for clogged arteries, for the heart attack that came out of nowhere. But it never comes out of nowhere. It's built quietly, one motionless hour at a time. Here's the part that truly shook me as a doctor. Researchers followed huge groups of people for years and found that those who sat the most had a substantially higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease, even when they exercised. Read that again. Even when they exercised. The morning workout helped, but it did not erase the danger of a full day spent in a chair. The risk lived in the sitting itself. That single finding rewrote everything I thought I knew. I'd always told patients, just hit the gym, and I was only half right. Because you cannot outtrain 11 hours of stillness. Now let me tell you about the patient I'll never forget. His name? We'll call him Robert, 58. A good man, an accountant who'd worked at the same desk for 30 years. He ran on weekends. He was proud of that. He thought it kept him safe. One ordinary afternoon, at his desk, Robert had a heart attack. He survived, barely. And when I sat beside his hospital bed, he asked me the question I hear far too often. Doctor, how? I exercised. I wasn't even overweight. How did this happen to me? And I had to tell him the truth. It wasn't the weekends that hurt him. It was the 30 years of weekdays. 8, 9, 10 hours a day, motionless, while his arteries quietly hardened in the dark. Robert lived, and Robert changed everything. Today he has a standing desk. He walks every hour. He treats movement like the medicine it truly is. He told me something I now repeat to every patient. I didn't realize that sitting still was the most dangerous thing I did all day. So here is your most important action step of all. And please, take this one to heart, literally. Treat sitting like a dose. The longer the dose, the greater the danger, so break it constantly. Stand every 30 minutes. Walk after meals. Pace during calls. Take the stairs. Build a life where stillness is the exception, not the rule. Your heart is a muscle that was designed to be served by a body in motion. Give it that, and you give yourself years. I know this has been heavy. I know it may have frightened you. It frightened me too. But fear isn't where I want to leave you. Because here's the truth that changes everything. Every single one of these dangers can be undone. Starting today. Starting in the next 60 seconds. And that's exactly what I want to show you. So let's take a breath together. Because you've just learned something most people never will. You now know the 5 ways your chair has been quietly working against you. Number 5, the slow crushing of your spine. Number 4, the metabolism that switches off and lets fat linger in your blood. Number 3, the blood sugar that spikes and climbs toward diabetes. Number 2, the blood that pools and threatens to clot. And number 1, the silent strain on your heart, the deadliest of them all. It sounds like a lot. I know, but here's the beautiful truth I promised you. Your body is not broken. It is not betraying you. It is simply waiting for you to move. That's the part that should fill you with hope. Because unlike so many health threats, this one doesn't require surgery or pills or a fortune or a perfect diet. The cure is the most natural thing in the world. It's motion, and it's already inside you. Remember David? His pain melted away with 30-minute resets. Maria pulled herself back from the edge of diabetes with a 10-minute walk after meals. And Robert got a second chance at life simply by refusing to sit still. They weren't superheroes. They were ordinary people who made small, stubborn changes. And those small changes saved them. You can be next. Starting right now. So here's what I want you to do. Not someday, not next week. Today. Stand up every 30 minutes. Set a timer if you have to. Walk for 10 minutes after each meal. Pace while you're on the phone. Take the stairs. Stretch while the kettle boils. None of these will exhaust you. None of these will cost you a thing. But stacked together, day after day, they protect your spine, wake your metabolism, steady your blood sugar, keep your blood flowing, and guard the one muscle you can never replace, your heart. Think of it this way. Sitting is a dose. Movement is the antidote. And you hold the prescription in your own 2 feet. So before you click away and sink back into that chair, make me one promise. Stand up right now and take 10 steps. Just 10. Feel your body wake up. That's not a small thing. That's the beginning of a longer, stronger, healthier life. That's you taking the power back. And now I want to hear from you, because this is where it gets real. Tell me in the comments, how many hours do you sit each day? Be honest, 2, 6, 10? Drop the number below. And then tell me which of these 5 surprised you the most. I read these comments, and your honesty might be the very thing that wakes up someone else scrolling past. If this opened your eyes, do one more thing. Share it with the person you care about most. the one who sits too long, the one you want around for many more years. This message might be the warning they never knew they needed. Subscribe, because next time I'm going to show you the simple daily movement routine that undoes years of sitting damage in just minutes a day. But for now, stand up, move, and take care of that incredible body of yours. It's the only one you'll ever get. I'll see you in the next one.